Hi, welcome to Peak District Dog Practice. My name's Andy Hurst and I'm here to help you with your dog.
Hi, welcome back to Peak District Dog Practice. And today we're going to talk about getting your first puppy and what to do on the day it arrives. And the first thing you're going to be thinking about is how to feed that puppy. Now traditionally what we've used to use is the bowl and the bowl of water, and for a small puppy you don't need something particularly large to do that. But what happens when your puppy eats the food? He's got nothing left to do. And for a dog, their inner feelings are to scavenge around and hunt around and to find things in your house to play with and to eat and to chew on. And in order to avoid all that, we need to some degree, ditch the bowls. We still need our water bowl, and of course we need to provide fresh water for our dog. But we don't necessarily need to give the dog any more food in a bowl, because what we can do is we can use some games and some toys and some Kong treats that we can fill. And of course, for a dog, filling a Kong toy is a bit like having a PlayStation 4 for the first time. So rather than thinking of feeding a dog is an important role for us to do, we also now need to think about giving that dog something to do as well. So we can combine the two and we can get lots of different treats. So I'm going to go through a number of toys that you can get readily in any pet shop to help you entertain and educate your dog, to also relax and be calm around you, to accept new environments, to chill out when necessary, and also to feed your dog. So what have we got? We've got loads of different things to show you. So the first thing I'll show you is a simple Kong toy like this. It looks like a bone, but you can simply put food inside these little slots, and that allows your dog to get in there and play. What you don't want to do when you get some of these toys is to make it too difficult for your dog at first. The first thing you've got to do is make it interesting for your dog. So if you've got dry food and you're feeding your dog some dry food, then just place some kibble simply in those little holes. So that, a very simple toy and very cheap to buy. What's next on our list? Next on our list is the liquor mat. This has evolved over the last few years, and often they're made out of silicone rubber. This one's a combination of silicone and harder plastic. But you can see this is quite an elaborate liquor mat, and you can put little treats in there so you can lick those out. You can spread some pate. Here's a tin of potted chicken, simply on that little pad there. So you can give your dog a number of different food treats or types of food, and that'll keep him occupied for a few minutes and give him something fun to do while eating. If you have heard of the company called Kong, they invented the Kong treat, and this is a brilliant product, and every dog must have one of these. It is a very simple device. It's a funny shape, a bit like a mushroom. It's got a hole at this end and a hole at that end. This hole's larger than that. It's completely hollow, and for most dogs this is indestructible. This particular Kong is probably about 15 years old, because we had this for one of our puppies 15 years ago, and you can see this is a small one. They come in different sizes: small, medium, large and extra large. So as your puppy grows you can trade up to bigger versions. But to start with, a nice simple one like this is perfect to keep your dog occupied, and it's so versatile that it allows you to do lots of different things with it. So you can put dry kibble in and it drops out, so the dog can pick it up and run around with it, and as he's running around with it, he will just drop the food out, and then of course get his reward for doing that. You can pack it full of daily rations, wet rations, whether you're using raw food or any wet food. You can simply put that in there. If you're using dry kibble, you can wet the dry kibble and soak it in water and then fill it and put it in there overnight, ready for the following morning. You can even fill it and freeze it up for a hot day so that your puppy has something cooling to enjoy in the garden. So the Kong toy is a must, and you must have one of these. You must have a liquor mat, and these toys play a huge role in the dog's life. You can introduce your dog to new environments and so he enjoys them, so we call that socialization or naturalization. You can use these to occupy him when you leave the room, so you're building up separation resilience, so you avoid any difficult anxiety issues later on. So that's a Kong toy. What else can you get? Well, Kong are just one brand. Here is a puzzle toy. Not sure who makes this. Canine Connectables, they're called. And these are quite interesting because you've got the hollow aspect there, but you've also got these little grooves, so you can put food in those little grooves. You've also got a little slot here which allows you to put some biscuits in or anything like that for them to nibble on. The interesting thing about this toy is that it connects together, so you can put a bunch of them like that together, and of course then you can have mixed food in there. You can have some wet food in there, some wet food on the outside. You can put some biscuits in here, or chew toys in there. Quite a versatile device, and again, something else for your dog to feed from. So here's your larger Kong toy. This is a medium Kong toy, and of course you can use that as well. It doesn't matter what size of Kong toy, as long as they can't swallow it. The bigger the better, really, because you can put more food in, it won't make any difference. One of the interesting things about Kong toys is they've got a little hole at the back here. Well, that hole at the back could be filled with or packed with something really, really stinky or really, really smelly, something like freeze-dried liver or something like that. You can push that in the end. The dog will smell that, but he won't be able to get to it, and as he's eating the food out of here, and if it's his daily rations, it'd be less exciting than a piece of cheese or something like that. He'll still smell it, and he'll be still searching for it as he's trying to devour the contents. So another Kong toy there. This is something that I've not seen before. It's silicone rubber again. I'm not sure how indestructible this is. It looks a little bit flimsier than the Kong toy, but it's quite an interesting puzzle toy because you've got the hole at the back there, so you can fill that if you want to, and you've got the hole at the front there. But once you've put the food in, you can actually close it off, and then the food is rolling around inside, so it makes it really challenging for the dog to actually pick that up and get the food out of it. So you'll have to play around with it for quite some time to actually feed from that. Or you can simply fill it like that and allow him to nudge it around onto the floor. So another great little toy there, something that I've not seen before, and you'll find quite fun. One of these old traditional balls where you can just put a little biscuit in there and the dog can chew and crunch it down until eventually he gets the biscuit out. It's a really, really neat little product which have been around for ages and well worth the money, because you can see here another toy we've had for probably about 20 years, but it's still in good order. And then the next on the menu is one of these slow feeding trays. This is a Royal Canin slow feeding tray. I think we got this as a gift or as a pack from the from the pet shop, you know, they like to sell you their pet food, but sometimes they do nice things like this, which is to give you some freebies. And this is a slow feeding tray, and basically it stops any dog that gorges from taking too much food all at once, taking too much air into the stomach, potentially preventing issues like bloat and things like that. Also, it gives them a little bit of patience, and it also prolongs the feeding routine as well. So what we're trying to do today is we're trying to show you all the different types of feeding devices that you can have, that you can buy, and of course you can find other things, if they're safe, to use as a way to feed your dog. But the simple goal is that you want to be feeding your dog from different little products like this in order to prolong the experience of eating, to give him an occupation when he's a little bit busy and a little bit jumpy around the house, and it calms the dog down, and you also know where he is if he's eating it. Another little toy, and this is probably something that you're going to give to a small puppy. This helps them clean their teeth. It's got these little grooves on, so as they're biting through it, the teeth will rub against the rubber grooves, and any dirt or food, residual food that's in the mouth will come off with that, and they'll eat and swallow that. You can fill it again with a little biscuit, or you can just put the kibble in these grooves so that they can eat them as they go. But I wouldn't recommend that for anything more than a very young puppy, because it is a small object. This is something that my son and I found, a hand grenade Kong toy. Great toy or present or gift for a young boy with a new dog. He really likes this, really finds it quite exciting. And this is not just a gimmicky toy. It's actually got some good ideas embedded in it. It's got a reservoir here where you can put biscuits to make it difficult for the dog to get it out. It's got a hole at the back again, so you can fill that. These grooves on the side allow the dog, when they're grinding against it, to clean their teeth. So you could even put food on the outside of this, a little bit of cheese or something like that, cheese spread or peanut butter. If you use peanut butter, please read the packaging, because any peanut butter that has additives in could be harmful for your dog. So get a whole food type product which has no additives, or make your own with fresh peanuts. But the dog can use this to clean their teeth with. And then the other interesting feature here, unlike a Kong, I'll just show you the Kong here. You can see there that you've got a big opening. Here you've got two little lugs. So if you wish, you can leave those lugs in there, and that makes the food difficult to get out. Or if you want to make it a little bit easier, you can just cut those little lugs out, and then you've got a larger hole to work from. So, interesting product, not just a gimmick, quite a nice little fun toy, and great for boys to get engaged with their dog, and also to engage in that eating and feeding process. Okay, and last but not least, a small treat bag or reward bag or a reinforcer bag, whatever word you want to use, is always handy to have around, because whenever you go somewhere, put some dry kibble in there and feed your dog. So, lots of things to play around with. You've got hand grenade toys, you've got Kong toys. Any fillable chews that you have are really great for your puppy. Not only will they give them an occupation, but they'll also calm them down when they're being overactive. Get as many as you can and use these throughout the day to feed your dog and keep him safe in your house. So, ditch the bowls, get your Kong toys, get your fillable chews, get your liquor mats, get your slow feeding bowls, and really entertain your dog. He'll love it, he'll find it interesting, it'll build his self-confidence in your home, and you'll have a great puppy. So thanks for listening and have a great day. And subscribe and hit the notification button to receive every weekly update. Add a comment if you want me to talk about a topic that you're interested in.